The other morning unfolds when the early sun rays are casting inside the elegant designed hall, where the walls are shrouded in redness of the deep voices of forceful males who are present there. The rapist brothers are settled on the ornate grey couches with grimness etched on their sharp features as their intense eyes locked in a fierce stare down, accentuating the sharp angles of their jaws and the furrowed brows. Shuga's heavy, masculine arms crossed over his bulky chest during V is leaning against the headrest calmly as they are having some conversation with each other with their massive hands clasped together. The heavy silence fell when the sound of steps echoed as the elder ladies entered the hall with maid behind who is holding tray having 2 cups of coffee. The determined males sensed the appearance as they eyed Mistress Park and Mistress John. The maid placed tray and left after ladies gestured her. Mistress Park and Mistress John take their seats on opposite side from males as their faces are showing that they have something serious to discuss about which is already in sight of brownies. We decided to bring your coffees as we have something to discuss with you both. Have your coffees while we talk with you, sons. The tones of them are serious as they remain polite. The Stoics take the cups from tray as they sat listening to the ladies with slight raise on their brows, giving hint to Mistress John and Mistress Park that they are all ears hearing them. Our daughter's happiness seems to be suffering, and we can't help but to notice that your issues might be the cause. Arrogant as you are never hurt, and as their mothers, we can't deny but wonder if your disagreements are the reason. I've never witnessed my lively girls this much lost and broken before. We want you to be compassionate with them, sheltering them from harms. The voices of them holds concerns. You must have be so harsh with them. You have to approach them with patience. It's essential to change the aspects of your natures which are causing them pain. The males are grimly sitting there. The ladies ended their words, awaiting for the response of Stoics who exhales before moving ahead from headrest as their elbows joins with their knees when they stare at aged females not player with the excuse of them. They truly does not appreciate anyone telling them how to treat what's their own. The silence is heavy and intense, only shrouding the space when soon deep voices echoed the silence. Your reservations are valid, but we are determined of how to look after their well-being. Your worries are justified, even so we are resolute in our approach to take care for your daughters. We hope this is the last time we are hearing instructions on this matter. We are capable of handling them without any guidance. You have nothing to worry about. They stated calmly. Still, we want that you to discuss with them about what's bothering them. We don't want tears in their eyes anymore. They stated, making the men's nod. We will look forward to it, he said, cradling his black leather jacket. For now, we will take our leave. He straightened, burying his rugged hands in pockets. They deliberately walk towards the main door with heavy steps, while the aged women are looking at their disappearing physiques patiently. Two beautiful girls are sitting side by side each other on ornate couch in the grand hall, their long dark hairs tied up in small buns on the back of their heads, revealing their fair necks with slender collarbones which are glowing from the dim lights. Both girls wore elegant dresses in light blue shaded shirts beneath azure is in black baggy jeans, while Ari is in grey one, with some papers placed on the glass table in front of them as they are holding on to pens. Me and Suga walk down through hallway, their footsteps echoing inside the walls. Both are deep in their conversation, but as they turn the corner, their eyes land on two frail beings sitting all alone, making nails stand there still. They could not help but notice how beautiful those two are looking, who are sitting together like a delicate pair of funny flowers. The slow steps of elders made way towards the door frame as they stood there, little far from two who are unaware from them. They gaze at them with admiration, eyes trailing over every smallest feature of theirs, from the softness of their selves to the gleam in both eyes, which are nowadays rare to be found. The shape of their lips are pressed in small, admirable smiles. Some bangs are caressing the skin of their faces as thoughts stand still, as they feel like intense orbs are gazing at any piece of art, which is something so beautiful that it feels like males forget about the surroundings but just lost in small girls closest to them. Yours holding the pens with so much softness, their slim fingers are wrapped around with tender moves when white hands are moving slightly, writing something on the papers in front of them, getting eyed by the stares of studies. After moments of watching beloveds from far, they decided to go nearer, and soon they walked towards the couches arranged nearby. Lures, who are still involved in their own world, oblivious from Vi and Shuga, who settle on to the couch placidly. They sat directly across from fragile beings, feeling sense of relief as they stare at the smiles of theirs, wanting to know the reason behind these curve-ups that brighten up after days. Sensing the presence of someone near them and the weight of stares, both girls lift up eyes that filtered the smiles from lips placing to the dimly lit faces when studies just fix the affectionate gazes on them. That's pleasing to see you smile after days. Is there something we do not know? What is the reason behind the bliss? It would be settling for us if you inform by your own self. Azure and Annie remain silent, sitting still and unmoving. Soon they placed their pens on the sides of glass table before locking their eyes with deep ones, which are piercing their souls from the intensity in them, making girls feel shivery. Males raise their brows, waiting for any response from other sides, but the girls remain silent. Just then, elders sighed deeply, and without any further word, the athletes reach out their strong hands towards the paper in front of girls. Their movements were slow but enough to send chills to the beings of allurings. Elders cradle the papers in their veiny hands, scanning the papers which are actually forms that delegates were filling. As they read the form, their eyes darkened. They could not bear even the thought of their small ones being exposed in front of some other by their ballet dance. May's jaw clenched slightly from the realization about that whole thing. Elders glance up at fragile form, making girls' hearts skip beats, and with sudden burst of their rage, they rip the forms apart, tearing them into shreds before again fixing stares on allurings who felt pang in their hearts, seeing the pieces of the forms. Please stop. What are you doing? These are our selection forms. What did you just done? We did a lot to achieve these forms and ruined them. Girls stated, looking at them, who throw the torn pieces somewhere on the floor, feeling sadness and sorrow taking over them. Of those as these were the invites they had fished and struggled a lot for, but just in second mail ruined that. If it's nothing, it would be great if you bury this thought from going further, or the consequence would not be pleasant. It will be better for your own self that we never found this form again. Just mark these statements. Airy and Azure's eyes filled with tears as they felt so suffocated there during that short sign, deeply seeing the tears in divine eyes, but their pride and possessiveness took over the emotions of delegates. And just in few seconds, Frail being wiped away the tears which had fallen from their eyes, taking steps towards the door, not wanting to stay with elders who sits there as if they are not the reason behind those tears, escaping deep sighs.